We're here at the English Language Teacher Educator Conference in Hyderabad 2014, and I'm very pleased to say that we have with us Professor Rama Mathew, who is the Dean of the Faculty of Education at Delhi University. Professor Mathew, welcome, and thank you for taking the time to come and speak to us. I know that you've been very much involved with projects with the British Council, and I wonder if you could maybe briefly kind of summarise some of the projects that you've been involved in with the British Council.
That began quite some time ago.
Okay.
93, if I'm right,
Okay.
when we started the CBSE ELT project implementation study, which was DFID funded. This was a very large secondary level project, and through what we call a teacher research approach, we tried to touch as many teachers as possible all over the country. So that was sort of very satisfying, not just for us but for teachers. And after that, I've worked on a UKRE project, again on mentoring, working in schools with teachers. That was also very enriching for us. More recently, I've been part of the policy dialogues that British Council had, and one of the themes that came up was the CPD strand, and we worked on it. So I was part of that group where we took up studies or looked back at our own work, and I was very happy to work with 10 teachers who all wanted to write diaries, and we in fact presented it at TEC14.
Okay.
And also it's there it's published in that book which we brought out together, continuing professional development insights from India, lessons from India. So it's going on, and I'm very happy to be involved in this sort of journey. For me, it's a journey in professional development, and very happy that British Council supports it.
Well, yeah, we're very happy as well. The theme of this year's conference is innovation in English language education. What's your interpretation of that theme, and how would you describe its relevance to the current teacher education scenario here in India and perhaps on a more global level?
It's a very relative term, concept, innovation. What's innovation to me may not be innovation at all to somebody else, and that applies to India vis-a-vis other countries. So what I can see has been happening in this country is at least we have moved away from a very in-service teacher education oriented approach to more and more personalized, need-based, teacher-led, if you like, kind of work, and that's for me innovation. Okay. This may not be innovation for some other country, but then it's a very large country, and therefore taking stock of different things in different kinds of contexts is a phenomenal exercise and very challenging. I'm quite happy with small little successes that I see.
Well, yeah, I think from your talk this morning, we could see that the successes there, and I think it's obviously it's important to put it in context and see the challenges as well. But it was interesting to see a lot of the successes that have happened. So okay, conferences like this one, for example, increasingly are offering the opportunities for an online audience with live streaming, and some conferences are now entirely online. What do you perceive as the benefits of this, and how do you think opportunities to watch conferences online enhance teacher development?
I think once you get into it, it must be a fantastic experience, a chance to sort of access anything you want around the world. But I think it's maybe one or two times a teacher or me, for example, we have to have a face-to-face interaction, and then I think I'll be able to relate better to it. But I think once I'm hooked onto it, the opportunities are endless. So I think that's the way to go now.
Yeah. Have you yourself watched conferences online before?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
In fact, when I really like it when I can meet people, then interact with them at a face-to-face level. Haven't done much. I've watched some things. For example, TEC14 I couldn't come to.
Okay.
So I watched plenaries, for example, and some other discussions of the sort. So that was very nice. And in fact, I felt a little sort of left out.
Okay. That's the problem sometimes, isn't it? You watch it and you think, I really want to be there.
Yeah.
Okay. In your talk, you highlighted a little bit the lack of provision for teacher development. Would you say this is purely a financial or a time issue, or has your research indicated other reasons?
I think other reasons.
Right.
Finances in a very indirect way. For me, I think very clearly, very strongly that for teacher to do professional development work, one needs more time. It can't be somehow squeezed into their very hectic and routine-ish kind of schedule. So once you say the teacher has to have more time, then more teachers need to be hired. So I think there, in that sense, finances, because teachers' time is seen as so many hours of work a day. Now, more recently, they've decided to extend teachers' time in school. I thought maybe there'll be time for professional development activities, but clearly no. They have to do more marking, more work with remedial teaching, and it's all to do with getting higher and higher scores, which is seen as success for a school. So that way, it's not money, but it's also a problem of not understanding that you need to keep growing and you need to leave your baggage behind as you grow, because we have seen the same kind of curriculum for children, sort of frozen in time and space and everything. Similarly, we have done that for teachers. So I think we need a kind of a change of mindset. So it's not just finances and time, but something more than that, and quite difficult, in a sense, to achieve it.
Yeah, it does seem to be very difficult. Although I think, a lot of the talks that I've seen have looked at those issues. I think have looked at the challenges and seem to be looking at solutions to that. So hopefully those solutions will continue to improve the provision, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Final question. Obviously, we're in the middle of TEC14, but in terms of next year at TEC15, are there any themes that you would like to see covered or addressed?
I don't know if I'm going to sound a little negative or pessimistic, but listening to lots of teachers about how they do face lots of difficulties, feel isolated, are in contexts where nothing of this is possible and so on. I wonder if we could get them on the main stage to talk about teaching in difficult circumstances. What's teacher education in difficult circumstances? I think that more and more teachers should take center stage. So some kind of a theme for that. But having said that, what I can see is this year, since I've had a gap of 2 years now, I came in 2012, there are lots and lots of voices I hear where people are sort of taking charge. They're not waiting for a British Council or EFLU or SERT or something to do something to them. I think they're willing to, and then they do understand that it's their profession, their development, and
so they're actually taking responsibility.
I think that's begun. That I distinctly see this year. So I'm very, very.
That's great. That's fantastic.
I'm pleased with that. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So it's been very, I think, a real success that way.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, Professor Mathew, thank you very much for coming and speaking to us.
Thanks for talking to me.
And thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.